at your profile, and don't forget your profile's got to be good enough to stand up, and if they don't want to connect with you because your profile's weak, they won't. But it gives you the chance to go and connect with that person, and you can connect with them directly. Now, as it turns out, this person is a second-tier connection, so I could connect with that person directly by just clicking on because it's a second-tier connection. Saf couldn't, because effectively that guy, because my second-tier connection, would be Saf's third-tier connection. So he could come to me and say, Ian, you know this guy, you connect this guy, can you help me connect this guy? This is the guy I really want to connect to. Somebody said he was a business development manager. You said he was a business development manager? Yeah, somebody told me the other day that business development is the link between sales and marketing. This is a marketing tool. This is a marketing tool, pure and simple. This will not help you get more sales on its own. Because at the end of the day, you've got to connect with these people, and at the end of the day, at some stage, you're going to pick the phone up. I was looking to do some sales training work. I've been concentrating so much on LinkedIn, I hadn't done so much sales training work of late. And I thought, there was a company, there's something that came up in the paper, I thought, I'll find that guy, and I went on here and I connected with and found the training manager of a large PLC. And I sent him a message on LinkedIn, and sent a message on LinkedIn. He connected with me. Now, if you connect with somebody or you press the connect button over here, you'll get the bog standard message that comes up that says, I want you to join my professional LinkedIn network, that's about it, and your full name. There's better ways to do it than that. Send them a nice message saying why you want to connect to them. Hi, I want to do that and that. I did this with this guy, I sent him the right sort of message, he connected with me, and he said, I'm tied up in, here's my mobile number, ring me in the morning, 10 o'clock, and we'll have a discussion. Now, up to that point, I haven't got a sale, all I've got is a connection with him and a discussion with him. So I've done the marketing bit, and if you like the business development bit, and it took me all of 2 hours to find the guy and connect with him. How powerful is that? How else can you do that? How else could you find that guy and connect with him and get to the stage where you get a phone call with him in the space of 2 hours? Because one of the other great things about this is, let's go back to the my page where I get one of the great things about this is that it does away with the gatekeeper. Hands up who? No, I'm not asking people hands up. We've all done it. You've all picked the phone up saying, can I speak to so-and-so on the phone, and you get your secretary, you get the receptionist, you get the PA, and can you get him to ring me back, and does he ever ring back? Maybe occasionally. The great thing about this is, one of the few things that top executives do on their own as opposed to their PA doing is they effectively check their own personal emails and they'll check their LinkedIn messages on their own. Virtually everything else they push out to a secretary or PA. So this takes out all the gatekeepers. And some people don't like picking the phone up. I know some people don't like picking the phone up and doing the cold calling bit. They hate it. I took on a sales team a few years ago and I was corporate. I acquired this sales team, and one of the guys was a business development manager, and after a couple of months, this guy was really struggling. I couldn't get to the bottom of why it wasn't. It turned out he didn't like cold calling. Somebody interviewed him and took him on as a business development manager, and he hated cold calling. This is the great way. You don't have to cold calling. Cold calls will be a thing of the past.
Yeah, it's worth noting the amount of business development managers I searched or talked to with just over 100. Something like 100, 200 connections, and it should be way past that 500.
Yeah, absolutely
Incredible, and a very scant profile.
Yeah.
So it does amaze me. As a BD manager myself, just baffled my life.
Yeah. So, nearly the end now.
Question?
Yeah, sure.
You know when you did the search earlier,
Yeah.
pages, where does it find that? Does it look for that in the headline area, or is it a word that appears?
It will pick it out in various places, but generally speaking, it will be in the summary. But particularly, it needs to be there. That's what I said. If you remember early on, I said that headline needs to serve two distinct purposes. One is what you can do for somebody else. But secondly, it needs to find. So, in other words, if somebody was, I don't know. I'd rather you didn't do a search on LinkedIn training, so you might find other people to do this. Saf's asked me to come along, you see. So, but I mean, yeah. So I would get if somebody's looking for. I did want. I No, I will fix the time.
Guys, are we okay? 5-10 minutes? Yeah.
I'll do another one just because I did this through it. Let me just do another one for you. So you click on advanced. I'll do one we did earlier. I was doing this for somebody last week, and somebody said Microsoft Office Trainer. I wonder why this wasn't killing itself then, because it was it's not my computer. Microsoft Office. Now we're in the middle of Birmingham here, so I'm going to do Birmingham. So you type it in there. Sorry? Well, we'll soon find out. Located in Lornia, we've got. This is the one thing I hate about it. I wish they would default it to the country of your origin, in which case it would save a lot of time. You have to do it that way. B25.
8EP.
8EP. And I'm going to do it within. I'm going to do it within 10 miles because I can't do it. It's not near Birmingham. It's not a shed load of. 669. Now, however, a good number of those are thirds, so I want to take the third ones. I want to take the third ones out, and I want to concentrate on first and second tier connections only. In other words, the people that I can connect with. First and second. So these are the people now that I can connect with directly. Good. So I have got, there's 103 people within 10 miles of here that offer some form of training on, or within their profile, Microsoft Office trainers. And again, I can connect with them directly because they're second tier. So I can connect with all these. And this is something that you guys can do. This is why it's really, really important to build up your bank of people that you connect with. Because the more people that you connect with directly, the more second tier connections that you will acquire as time goes on.
So we can just search and connect.
Sorry?
Just search and connect. So we see.
Imran.
Oh, Imran, sorry, yes.
Yeah, so we just search and connect, can't we?
Yes, absolutely. Well, no, sorry, right. So what you do is you search. I mean, so I've got two ways now. I've got a shared connection. Amy Shield, she's a girl that I know down in Worcestershire. I can contact Amy and say, can you introduce me to Kazim? And she will. Alternatively, I can click on him, and this is the difference. Don't connect over here, because if you just connect over here, you will get the standard message just says, I would like you to add it to my professional network, but people may or may not connect it, probably like. Let's go to this now. Right, so what I do is I click on Noel. If I click on Connect, and then you click a box to say, maybe I've done business with him, and then there's the standard message. But I would change that, and I would put something along the lines of, I'm looking for this, that, and the other. I believe you can help me. I've had you recommended that, and make it personal. The other thing you will get is you will get people wanting to connect with you, hopefully. And we touched on this right at the start. This is no bad thing. People wanting to connect with you, unless, as I said, they look like Jimmy Savile and they come from out of Mongolia or something like that. Accept them because they want to connect you. Don't just say yes. You click the box to say yes, I accept. If you've got any sense, what you will do then is send them a nice little message that says, thank you for reaching out to me on LinkedIn. Can I ask how did you find me, or can I ask what you liked about my profile and how I can help you? Big difference. Big difference.
When you accept, it just disappears and then
Sorry?
when that happens,
Yeah.
when I accept,
Yeah.
the whole fight disappears and I don't...
Yeah, if you accept him, now you're connected. Is now a first tier connection of yours.
If I can remember his name.
Sorry?
If I can remember his name and then it disappears,
Before you connect,
might be doing something else and then you think, oh, who's that?
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Bear in mind. Because we're running out of time.
No, it's okay.
You will
but-
see. Yeah, I have nothing.
You have nothing to say.
I have nothing to do when I sell people this coaching.
Yeah.
Thanks. This is the free bit. This is the free bit. You'll see over there, I do in-house training for groups, I do 90-day coaching, I do open workshops. We go into these things in a lot more detail in those. The challenge with things like this is I can tell you something, someone else has a question, before we know where we are, we've got to get a tangent. Have a look at those, tick the box on the sheets that you've got, because I've left these on the table. So those should be on your desk. If you haven't got any on your chair or that, there will be some in the back. Tick that, I will get back in touch with you, and I will certainly send you, as a matter of course, if you tick the box, the 9 points ebook. I'll do that for you. I have a coaching workshop, which is on your desk, on your chair as well, on the 19th of May, and it's being held at the Holiday Inn. It's all on there. Junction to the M5, so it's not a million miles away. It's 3 hours, it's intensive. It normally costs 95 quid. As a value, as I promised I would do for SAF, I will do 2 for the price of 1 for anybody that says to go from the pathway meeting. Okay? If that's of interest to you, I will do my gift to adding value to SAF's gathering and you guys are coming. I will give 2 for the price of 1. If you want to come along to that. So
Yeah, thank you very much.
just let me know, because obviously you have to go and log on to do that, and all the login details are there, and I can send you the links as well. But I just need to know. You need to tell me that you're from Pathway, else otherwise I'll throw all the numbers out. Right. Done that. Yeah, thanks for doing that. Right. So premium. Anybody on premium? Mind if that's why?
Because it's flagged myself up to other, because I'm looking for either contract or permanent roles at the moment.
Okay.
So it's flagged me up to the industry and professional recruitment agencies, etc. So it's more of a holding the flag up and saying I'm here, I'm looking.
Do you think?
Gives me extra functionality as well.
Do you use?
I was going to ask you that question.
I was-
about it.
Okay. Okay. Let's.
It's not the full blown.
Yep.
It's the 1999.
19 quid a month. Yeah.
I wasn't going to pay 50 quid.
No. LinkedIn's free. It's at the start. It's the best free marketing tool that you will ever lay your hands on, because it's free. LinkedIn make their money from 3 areas. 60% of revenue comes from job adverts. 20% of it comes from paid click, and 20% comes on for people that pay for premium upgrades. And the basic one, as friend said here, is about 20 quid a month. I would like to think that most of you, where you are at the moment in your LinkedIn journey, have got more than enough to do and lots of progress to make before you even need to think about going on to premium. 3 things it really does, I guess. There is I'm not going to do it now because I'm conscious of the time. There is a way of finding out who's looked at your profile. If you haven't got premium, you need to do it on a regular basis, like a daily basis, depending on how busy you are, because you're only about to see the last 3 or 4 people who've looked. I mean, they slide up and you can't connect. But it's another useful tool to be able to know how to click on them. If they've looked at your profile, you just know why, so you can always connect with them and say, you looked at my profile, why? The difference with premium is that it just lasts 90 days. So if you're a really, really busy person and don't go onto LinkedIn for a week or 2 weeks, I can't understand why you want to do that, but hey ho, it gives you that facility. We talked earlier on about 3rd tier connections. You cannot connect directly to 3rd tier connections, but there's a thing called InMail, and it gives you, is it 10 a month without it premium? Give or take, it is 10 a month. It gives you 10 InMail messages per month that you can send to anybody, regardless of whether they're a connection of yours or not, and saying, I would like to connect. So it gets you to people you wouldn't normally connect to. But I would suggest again that where you are on your journey at the moment, that's probably something you don't need to do. And there's a little bit, some extra advanced searches. functionality that you can do. But again, as you've seen from the demonstration we've done here, for most people, most of the time, search engine, I'm not on premium. I stands to the point. We think of better ways to spend 20 quid. That's usually that's about 5 pints for a start. I mean, let's talk in basic commodities.
I grasped it about sort of, it's only about 6 weeks ago, because it took 3 months that they offered.
Yep.
So I'll reconsider that after the second month, and if I've not used it in mails or other things, then I'll probably just cancel it, which you can do straight away.
Yeah, I've done it for a month. I've taken the 3 month, and then you can do it once every 12 months.
I also have to say that by doing that, the company found me, and I made a considerable amount of money, but
Good.
it was a lot of money. Certainly more than 20 quid.
Yeah.
So
It's like any marketing.
ticking a box for me.
It's like any, just a matter of interest. I do coaching with people on all the stuff apart from LinkedIn. Who measures the marketing that you do? Who measures how much actually you get from it? A lot of people do a lot of marketing. Very few people actually measure the effectiveness of the spend. I was talking to a guy recently who really switched on to do with marketing, and he says we filled 12. He said I designed 12 different adverts to go in the newspaper. He said I put one in every week. He said I measured which one we got the most responses from, and I dumped the other 11 and used that one. Because that's what marketing is about, is measuring where you're getting the information from and how effective it is. This one is free. So, in summary, it was specifically built for business connections, so don't be afraid to use it for that purpose. You heard how it started. That's what it's there for. It's completely acceptable and appropriate for you to reach out to people on LinkedIn that you've never met before. Like I said, it's like We've done that one. Gatekeeper we talked about. Yeah, so that's effectively coming towards the end now. If you don't connect with me after today, that's fine. Can't think why you wouldn't want to, because straight away you would have instant access to how many, if you connect with me tomorrow, how many second tier connections are you going to have access to?
449.
Well done, that's a good test of those that are listening. Good, well done, that man, give him the sweet.
All right.
Yeah, you will instantly have access not only to your connections but to my 440. Now, as time goes on, those numbers will build up. There's a good colleague of mine, a good friend of ours, Andy Gwynn. He has 1,700 first tier connections and 1.7 million second tier connections.
Got a friend who's got 6,000 first connections. So you have to contact LinkedIn to release the maximum numbers, but the business that he's in, how do you do? It's a bit of a weird one, but...
Yeah, I mean, you'll come across the phrase lions occasionally, which is LinkedIn open networkers, and these are the people, I call them LinkedIn tarts. These are the people that would accept LinkedIn connections from anybody. Like I said, I think it's good to connect with most people. You may take a view that you want to connect with people you think are useful. All I would say is they may not be useful today, but they may be useful tomorrow, and certainly, as you found out their second tier, there will going to be somebody in their second tier connection, or your second tier, their first tier, who will be useful. So, yeah.
I presume that I only ever want to connect to people.
Sorry?
I only want to connect to people who I value, not because they provide a service, but because they provide the best service. And I wouldn't want to connect to anyone, firstly, that I don't know well, and that I don't credit in having provided an excellent service. I restrict very, very severely to my connections. And if somebody kind of comes into mind, what are your comments on that?
That's fine. It's your profile. You know, I wouldn't want you to connect with anybody that you wouldn't want to connect with. It's by the same token as when you go networking, even if you want to. It depends what you're looking to do. If you're looking to grow your business, most people are looking to grow the network of people they can connect with and contact, and by that way grow their business. But it's not a problem at all. If you just want to be sure of the people that you connect with them, and I think it's a very narrow field, then that's fine. What I'm saying to you here is, this is what it can do for those of you that want to do it. The things we'll talk about the last half an hour, 3/4 of an hour, sorry, sir, I told you I was passionate about these things. This is what it can do. You don't have to use it. You can go out of here this afternoon and do nothing. I would like to hope that you don't, but you can. Because at the end of the day, you're free choice.
The reason I do that is that if somebody connects to me as a first-tier
Yep.
connection, and then they find out that there's somebody on a second-tier connection, and they go through me, then I wouldn't want to be associated with them getting hold of somebody who they are then disappointed with. I mean, that would reflect badly on my profile, wouldn't it?
Technically speaking, and again, something we'll cover when we have more time, they will not know how they've been found. If you remember, I said early on, there's two ways to connect with a second tier connection. One is to go to your first tier connection and say, so let's say I found somebody that's one of your first tier connections, then I can click on, I can ask you and say, can you connect me to this person? Because they're the first tier connection of yours. Or because of the second tier connection, I can go straight to that second tier connection directly and say, I'd love to do this, I've seen your profile, you're just the sort of person I'm looking for, and I wouldn't even know it's come through you. Unless you are the only single connection they've got, which is highly unlikely. Okay. I'm done, I think. We've done that, hopefully it's been useful. You've got the sheets on the table, told you about the workshops, told you about the value offer I did for Saf, because I think he's a super fella. And the fact that like I said at the start, I just love the whole apprenticeship thing. I'm just passionate about apprenticeships, and I think Peter makes more than people that don't train. So I'm done.
Thank
That's
you,
useful.
appreciate
Thank you.
your time.
Any questions?
Thank you, guys.
If you're asking questions, I meant to say, has anybody got any questions? Any more questions? Sorry, yeah.
Ian, just very quickly, your workshop.
Yes.
Who is it pitched at? You'll have all different levels there. And by the end of it, what will we get?
If you look at the bit of paper on there, and they also invite, you will get, you won't do, in all honesty, much more, this is a way of not selling the workshop, we will do what we've done today in a lot more detail. So in other words, we'll spend a good considerable time talking to you about crafting this important first bit. We'll spend a little bit more time on searching. We'll certainly spend a lot more time talking about how you craft your profile. Oh, by the way, what I think about it, I'm still on that mode.
So is that a background picture, 3-degree social, of your profile?
That 3-degree social, obviously, it's a network of people who do what I do.
How did you develop them?
Come to workshop. Yeah, as I say, this is supposed to be half an hour, and I'm very conscious of my stopwatch, and I've taken 53 minutes, but I do apologise for that.
Just one question. On the group.
There was one more
There was
question.
more, sorry.
as well.
Did you have a
and,
question, sorry?
same,
To answer your question, sorry, so yes, it's what we've done in a lot more detail, and you'll take notes, because people just sit there, you'll take notes and don't do that. But if you don't want to do it and you want to talk to me afterwards or offline or over the phone, and you want to do, for me to come into your organisation and do something bespoke for you, I might have to do that. But it's just an option. Sorry, you
This
have a
one
question?
Oh, yeah. I've got a client, his name is Dan Travis. You can find him very easily. He was a struggling tennis coach and was pitching the wrong people. He embedded a video, suddenly all these rich housewives came and hired him. Can we embed videos?
Yes.
It did him the world of good.
Yes, it's absolute. Well, when you say to do the world of good, you would like to expand on that?
His tennis coaching.
I'm sure he did all the rich housewives. There was a film about that. Was there a film about that years ago? Was it? There was a film about that.
With Dan
No,
Travis
absolutely.
Because
Yeah.
he just, not
Yeah.
4 months,
I had a video on mine. I've had a problem with it. I had a video on mine and I've had a problem with it, and I've had to sort it out and I've taken it off, which is why I didn't mention videos on your, because I didn't want anybody to say, well, you haven't got any videos on yours. Again, it's something that we do in a bit more detail, and yes, you're quite right. Video testimonials are extremely powerful.
No, it wasn't testimonial. It was imparting, like you're doing, imparting some knowledge for free as a tester.
Yeah.
There's a link. Okay, there's a link on here which takes you to. There's a link on here which takes you to my Utted site. Just bear with me, and I will show you. View profile. No contact details. So on here there is a website. Oh, what a handsome looking chap. So you don't want to hear me, honestly, you do not. But yeah, I totally agree with you. There are, yes, either embed them in or link them, put a link on there. Last one I could
There's two there.
Two, sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, my question is, you know the groups?
Yes. With groups on here?
Yeah, on LinkedIn.
Yes.
You know, if you manage a group, so give me a few tips on how to utilize them better.
Again, groups is one of the things we'll talk about in a little bit of detail on the coaching and also on the workshop as well. So yes, we do it. But there's only so much to do. But I've quite often have a conversation, a brief conversation with that. But again, it's one of the things that we do in more detail.
Ian, one of the things you see quite often using LinkedIn is the recommendation for skills that constantly pop up.
Yep.
Is there any value in kind of benefit?
Endorsing, I think it is.
Is it endorsing?
Endorsing. Yeah.
See, because people don't have time to write
Those are simple clicks. Yes, they're good. They're great. I mean, you know, people click on them, but they don't have the value of. Yes, they're useful, but they don't have the value, in my view, of the testimonial or the.
No, I feel like this, you know, these whatever skills and stuff, they're replacing the testimonials. I don't know. This is much easier.
Each time you click on LinkedIn, you get at the top of the page normally it says, would you like to click on there and so and so. So it's just a simple click. Yes, they're useful to build up your credibility, absolutely, but they're not as valuable in my view as the recommendations.
Just on that, my personal opinion on that is that because it's so easy to do that, you find people that don't know you also endorse you.
Yep.
And then there's no real connection there. So everybody's sort of just endorsing each other.
But it's a great opportunity to go back to them and say, thank you.
Yeah.
I've done it though. I've had people recommend me, thinking, who the hell are they? And I click on them and I say, thanks so much for recommending me. Why? Which tennis coach, which housewives? You never know, you might find one. Yes, I need to wind up. So, hopefully that was useful.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you very much. Guys, I hope you found the presentation very useful. I think the four of you that said that they're not on LinkedIn, hopefully it's inspired you to come on to LinkedIn. The rest of you, hopefully you can consider again how you can improve it, what we can do. There is a workshop 19th.
19th of May. Can I ask you one big favour, because I practice what I preach. We talked about recommendations. Please go on there and click on this something. It's easy. If you like what you've heard and you would like to, can I ask you to click on my site and connect and say something nice, please? And I'll make
I'll do that. I'll do that.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. 19th of May, I think your presentation is
19th of May, yeah, there's all things on there we can click on. If you fill it in, I'll get back in touch with you. If you go straight on this, normally speaking, this sheet's got a link on it, but if you fill it in, I will send you the link to this and the other.
Were you here for another 15, 20 minutes?
I'll hang around for as long as anybody wants to, yeah.
Okay, guys.
I'm not going to give all the secrets away until paper on the cover.
Guys, any of you that want to leave, you can do, but there is a book review which is on the agenda. And if you want to get a coffee, you can do, and we'll, it depends on yourself, because we are running a lot later than what we originally anticipated. So, no, it's not. So we'll just allow things to settle down and then we can go straight into a quick review.